Hi everybody, Al Smith here. Welcome to another mini lesson on building block mini lesson. Today we're going to talk about the 2, 3, 4 trick counting system. And the 2, 3, the goal of the 2, 3, 4 system is to give you the ability to quantify, determine in a quantifiable manner the maximum level that you can safely bid to or force your partner to bid to. And it's based upon the contents of your hand and vulnerability. Okay, 2, 3, 4 gives you the capability of factoring in vulnerability as part of your decision in determining whether you want to further compete in the bidding or not. Really a nice feature. Okay, it also gives you the capability of differentiating between hands that should be open, that are strong enough to be opened, or weak enough to be preempted, and those that you should not open or preempt. Okay, those hands you should pass and then describe with your second bid. Now, this is one of the finer points. It's not discussed formally in this mini lesson, but I want you to know that it's there. It also has built into it the ability to adjust the safe level based upon when your partner passes. Okay, and it allows you to also use it in combination with the law of total tricks to more intelligently to apply the law of total tricks. We've all seen that situation with the BBR robots. If they decide, well, we've got 9 cards in the suit, they just blindly bid to the 3 level, regardless of what they have. That's not a very smart way to apply the law of total tricks. 2, 3, 4 used in combination with the law of total tricks gives you that capability. Let's look at how we use 2, 3, 4 to calculate the safe level that we can bid with our hand. All right, what the 2, 3, 3, the level is determined by taking 7 minus the number of losers determined using ace, king, queen method. Since there's another mini lesson on that, I'm not going to talk about that. And we add to that the vulnerability factor, call that the V factor. Okay, and if with unfavorable vulnerability, that's where we have the greatest risk in terms of penalties and being set. The V factor is 2. With equal vulnerability, the V factor is 3. And with favorable vulnerability, where we have the least risk, it's 4. So you can see that based upon the vulnerability, we get a range of 3 levels within the bidding based upon vulnerability. All right, now here's the methodology for calculating the number of losers. Again, I've got, since there's a mini lesson on that, I'm not going to review this. You guys can go review that, watch that video and get up to speed. All right, now let's look at this in the context of a couple of examples. In this first hand, we've got 6 spades, 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs. Okay, if we calculate the high card points, we've got 10 high card points and 12 length points. Now, the question is, should we open this hand? If we open this hand, then what level is it safe to bid to based upon vulnerability by just looking at our hand and its contents? Well, if we count the number of losers, we have 2 in spades, 2 in hearts, and 2 in diamonds, and 2 in clubs. We've got 8 losers. Now, a normal opening bid has between 5 and 8 losers. Okay, so we've got 8 losers. Now, if we look at the vulnerability, non-vulnerable versus vulnerable, this is most favorable. It says on this hand, we can actually go to the 3 level by ourselves, given the vulnerability. Does that say that we will? No. What it says is that given all the information that we currently have available, that the 3 level is a reasonable level that we can bid to if we so desire. Okay. Now, If we've got equal vulnerability, it's only the 2 level. And if we're vulnerable with this hand, we would not want to bid 2 spades on our own without some positive reinforcement from our partner. Okay, and that way we can see how that vulnerability affects the safe level that we can bid to. Now, under normal considerations, we're going to open this hand 1 spade. We've got 2 quick tricks. Okay, we've got, you use the rule of 22. We've got 4, 8, 10, and we've got 11, and we've got the combination of the 2 long suits. Says we'd open this 1 spade. Okay, with 2, 3, 4, we're going to open this also 1 spade. All right. Now the alternative here would be to open this, to bid this hand at preempt a weak 2 or preempt it at the 3 level. So we can see how this works out. All right, we've got a couple of things that are out of sequence here, but we'll muscle through that. Okay. In this hand, it's we've got 6 clubs, 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 1 spade. We've got 6 high card points and 8 blank points. All right, now let's count the losers. We've got 1 in spades, 2 in hearts, 3 in diamonds, and we have 2 in clubs. So we have a total of 8 losers. Now the underlying question here is, should we preempt 3 clubs? All right, so let's look at this. If they are vulnerable and we're not vulnerable, we take 7 minus 8 plus 4, that says 3, and we should go ahead and we can safely preempt 3 clubs with this hand. Okay, you're going to go, whoa, I wouldn't do that. Well, I do all the time. Okay, now what that does is puts a lot of pressure on the opponents to try to find their fit in hearts or spades and obstructs them by eliminating a lot of the bidding room. Okay, and because they don't know whether I have 6, 7, or 8 clubs, it makes them doubling very difficult. So there's actually very little risk in bidding 3 clubs in this particular situation, because it says from an overall score standpoint, okay, even if we get doubled, we're still probably going to come out better than if we let them bid in an unobstructed manner. Now let's see if that holds true as we get into equal vulnerability. Well, no. If with equal vulnerability, not vulnerable or vulnerable, okay, it's not safe to bid to the 3 level. Okay, and with vulnerable versus non-vulnerable is definitely not safe to bid. So based upon the contents of this hand and vulnerability, I would bid 3 clubs if we're not vulnerable and they're vulnerable, and I would pass otherwise. All right, so we can see here that under a normal situation, people are going to pass. Using 2, 3, 4, I'm going to bid 3 clubs in the not vulnerable versus vulnerable situation. I'm going to pass in the other situations. All right, now just to kind of as a general note, generally an opening bid has 6 to 8 losers. Could have so you know that's a pretty wide margin. All right, now one other thing that I wanted to note is that you have the situation where we all kind of fall in love with our hand. We're sitting there with 6 or 7 spades, we've got some points and so forth, and we open 1 spade, it goes pass, and our partner passes. Okay, so let's look at you know, we know that our hand in that particular situation has less. It has that our partner has less than or equal to 5 points. We should be decrementing the number of the level that we can safely bid to. Now let's take a look at a different example. You open 1 heart, opponent bids 1 spade. Okay, responder, your partner, denies having 3 hearts, or 6 plus distribution points. So if they don't have 3 hearts and they don't have 6 plus distribution points, they pass. Okay, your hand, because you're in hearts, just got weaker. Okay, because your partner can't answer. So what we should do in this particular level is we should decrement the safe level that the 1 heart opener, you, can bid to based upon that pass. Instead of using 2, 3, 4, choose 1, 2, 3. Now, what that says, if you determined your overall safe level there before was 3, now you're going to decrement it to 2. Okay, so it's been decremented to 2 is the safe level to bid, and you've got a, what you consider a good 6-card suit. You bid 2 hearts. Okay, still safe to bid 2 hearts. Okay, now the opponent overcalls 2 spades, and your partner again denies having a fit. What you're going to do is, in essence, decrement your count again and say, okay, I cannot bid to the 3 level by myself because it's now questionable as to whether even the 2 level is safe. Okay, now, if your partner indeed has something and wants to further compete, they'll bid 3 hearts. You should not do that on your own. All right. Well, thank you very much for attending. If you want to have questions or want additional information, send us an email. And have a great day.